Hello, good day everyone. Fire Emblem Engage is now out. You can now be able to play it into your PC. So if you're wondering on how to do that and how to install and how to set up and how to get the game into your PC running, then this is the perfect video tutorial for you to watch because I'm going to show you on how to do that. In order to play Fire Emblem Engage, you will need to install Yuzu Emulator first into your PC. So what is Yuzu Emulator? For those who don't know, Yuzu Emulator is a Nintendo Switch emulator that can play any Nintendo Switch games into your PC as long as you have installed these files here into your Yuzu Emulator, because Yuzu Emulator alone cannot play Nintendo Switch games without these files. So first of all, I'm going to teach you where to get Yuzu Emulator, and to do that, just open a web browser and type in Yuzu Emulator. And yuzemu.org is their official website. Just click on that and go to the download button here. Click on that. Now, download for Windows 64 version here. Just click on it in order for you to download. And if you're from Linux system, then you can just manually click the manual download button and then you can just download it here. So in this video tutorial, I'm using Windows 11 22H2 version, and I have installed all the latest updates of Windows 11 here. So it runs Yuzu Emulator with no issues at all. So you can just download it now. So I'm just gonna skip on the download and installation process because that is really easy to do and anyone can do that. So now I'm gonna assume that you have already installed Yuzu Emulator. So what's the next step? The next step now is to boot up Yuzu Emulator. So run Yuzu Emulator and then you'll be met with an error saying that you will need to have and install some files into your Yuzu Emulator. So those files are these files here. So what are these files? These files are the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware, and it should be in version 15 so that you'll be able to boot up Fire Emblem Engage in it. So if there is a new game, you will need to have the latest Nintendo Switch keys and firmware in order for it to be detected in the Yuzu Emulator. So if you're wondering where you can get all of these files here, legally speaking, you can only get these files through a modded Nintendo Switch console. So you should own a Nintendo Switch console, mod it, and install a custom firmware in it in order for you to access the Nintendo Switch firmware files and keys or the system files into your Nintendo Switch. So once you have that access, then just copy and paste it into your computer. So in order to get Fire Emblem Engage, you should own the game. You should buy the game. You should have the physical copy of the game, then just boot it up into your Nintendo Switch modded console, and then just digitally back it up into an XCI file format. Just like mine here, Fire Emblem is in XCI file format. So if you don't own a Switch, or if you have a Switch but don't know how to mod or to do all the things that I have said in this video tutorial, then I'm just going to save you that hassle and teach you to get all of these files. So in order to get these files, I'm just going to leave a QR code here wherein you can scan it with your QR code reader into your mobile phone, and then you will be redirected to the download page wherein you can get all of these files here, which is approms.com. So once you are in that site, in the middle part of the website, you can get the Fire Emblem Engage XCI. You can download there. And in order to get the keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware, just hover down onto the website so that you can get the keys and firmware. So now I'm going to assume that you have downloaded all of the files necessary for you to install in your Yuzu Emulator. So let's go back to your Yuzu Emulator. And it's time to install these files into your Yuzu Emulator. To do that, just go to File, just go to Open Yuzu folder here, and then open the keys folder, and then open the keys file, zip file here, and then just drag and drop these files into that folder. Okay, so that folder should be empty if this is your first installation. So close that, open File again, open Yuzu folder, and then open the NAND folder here, System folder, Contents, Registered folder, and then open the firmware file here. So just copy and paste these files, paste that into this folder so that it will have all the firmware files installed into your Yuzu Emulator. These are the necessary firmware files in order for you to play Nintendo Switch games. So close on this folder now. And now your Yuzu Emulator is now fully capable of booting up Nintendo Switch games into your PC. So what's the next step now? So the next step now is to optimize your Yuzu Emulator so that it can run Fire Emblem Engage or any Nintendo Switch games into your PC. So to do that, just go to Emulation, go to Configure, and then just pause the video and copy my settings from here on out. So be sure to copy everything in order for your Yuzu Emulator to run Nintendo Switch games with no issues at all. Okay, so this is for the General tab. Now go to the System tab, should be set to American English and then USA, or it depends on what your language is, so you can set it up here. Now go to CPU, so set it to Auto, Graphics, should be OpenGL for default, or you can change this to Vulkan API if the game is not running. So if you're facing with a game that is not running, you can change it to Vulkan. Okay, but in this video tutorial, I'm using OpenGL. Then go to Audio. So set everything to Auto. And Controls, here are my settings for the controls. It's better to play or use a controller into your Yuzu Emulator because it's really hard to control Nintendo Switch games using a keyboard. So be sure to connect your controller here. You can connect your PlayStation controller or Xbox controller here or any controller at all. And then you can just map it up according to your liking and hit OK. Now your Yuzu Emulator is now fully capable and optimized to run Fire Emblem Engage into your PC. And a little bit of disclaimer, I'm not going to show you guys a gameplay of Fire Emblem Engage because we all know that Nintendo is really strict on this kind of content and they don't want it to be shown in YouTube, especially the Nintendo Switch emulation scene for PC. So guys, I hope you do understand on this part so that my channel will not be taken down or my videos will not be taken down by YouTube and Nintendo. So I hope you do understand on the part. But I can guarantee you guys that if you followed all the steps that I have shown you in this video tutorial, then you'll be able to play Fire Emblem Engage into your PC with no issues at all. So, if you have some questions regarding on the installation process or if you're having a hard time installing Fire Emblem Engage and running it into your PC, then just leave a comment in the comment section below in this video tutorial and I'm gonna help you to solve your problems. So, thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel, and see you next time. See you next time in my latest tutorial for any Nintendo Switch game. So, goodbye for now.